It was just my imagination running away with me. Welcome to Thank God It's Monday. I'm your host, Eric Twiggs, and joining me is Ted Fells, and we are the Digital Dudes. And today I want to talk about having a runaway imagination. So, a few days ago, I was listening to some music. I'm into the old school, and this song by the Temptations came on called "Just My Imagination." And I'm listening to it, and the lead singer, he's talking about this young lady. That's his dream lady, and he's imagined himself being with her, and they're doing all these different things. And then he ends the song by saying, "But in reality, she doesn't even know me. It was just my imagination." So, Ted, I was going to sing it, but then I thought we'd have some runaway followers. They would run away.
No, don't sing it.
Don't sing it. Okay. All right. I was going to sing it, but Ted is saying no, and I don't want to get any ink.
They're not ready, Eric.
They're not ready.
Right. On a future show, like show
number,
number,
I don't want to get hate mail or anything like that.
Show number 12,540. We're going to do it down the line.
All right. I'll certainly keep that in mind. But it's interesting, if you listen to the song, you would think that having a runaway imagination is a bad thing. But I would suggest that this runaway imagination can be the key to your success. So the question is, how do you make it work, and how do you allow it to change your perspective on a Monday? Here's how you do it. You take your most important goal and then imagine the feeling you'll have after you achieve it, and just stick with that. That's going to give you that runaway imagination. The best example I can think of that is someone, Ted, we had on the show, Chantel Powell. She's the creator of Play Pits deodorant. And when we first interviewed her, she was doing the deodorant thing out of her kitchen. But she had this runaway imagination. So every now and then, she would go to her local Target location, and she would place her deodorant stick on the shelf, and she would look at it, and she would imagine the feeling she would have once she was in Target, once her product was on the Target shelves. And guess what? Her imagination became a reality. And I would suggest that anybody that's having big success, I mean, you look at, the people that have started these big companies, Jeff Bezos, at one point, their idea was something they imagined. At one point, they imagined the feeling they would have once they accomplished it. So what if you imagined your most important goal you want to accomplish today as being already accomplished? If you do it, you'll have a runaway imagination, and you'll be saying, "Thank God it's Monday." Ted, what are your thoughts?
And I think that's really good. I think that, that imagination, there's no boundaries to it. You can think whatever. You can think that you're going to be the greatest, the biggest, the fastest. You can do that in your imagination. You control that, right? But then you also control what you're going to do in order to get there, right? You're going to control that. You're going to control, the work ethic, the research, the networking, whatever those things are, you can control, what you imagine, you can control what you're going to do to get there, right? So I think that, if you take that, into consideration, everything is a possibility. It starts with a thought, right? It starts in the mind, right? So, then it's all on what you're going to do to get there, what sacrifices you're willing to make. And I think it's definitely something that you should take into consideration in all aspects of your life.
Absolutely. Because everything gets created twice, right? First, it's created in your imagination, and then you have to, like you said, you have to take the action to make it a reality. Absolutely. It's not just a one-part equation. You can't just sit around imagining things, or you'll be like my man in the song, but in reality, she doesn't even know me. You have to take action.
That's right.
That's the key. And if you do, you'll be positioned to say, "Thank God it's Monday." Speaking of a great Monday and imagination, imagine if you could make six figures in 12 months.
Mm.
You know, just on some aspect of your business. So we're going to talk about that. Our guest is joining us from Ireland. She's going to share how to make six figures in 12 months as a speaker. That's something she did. At one point, she was making $30,000 a year, and then she took these steps to monetize professional speaking, and then she went on to make multiple six figures. So she has a framework that she worked with her clients on, and it could work for you as well. But I would challenge you to use your imagination. Have a runaway imagination. So you can say, thank God it's Monday. That's our time for this week. Until next time, have a great one.